Yay. Y'all was good. This motherfucking um Thursday. Hope y'all having a good Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I'm stuck at the crib. My car is compromised at the moment. But anyway, we're gonna talk about what's going on right now. We're gonna expand right now, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to we're in the chat. We're gonna expand right now on whatever that I'm about to talk about, because that's what the energy is geared to today. Okay? Now, as far as like a disclaimer, this video is not to knock anything, to not say to anything is right or wrong or anything like that. I'm just giving kind of common sense on just what we see in everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Where you can't really dispute it because it's just what we see. So anyway, um, when I'm talking about how to prevent a sickness or how to keep sicknesses away or colds away with regulating your body temperature and making sure your temperature is like with the environment type thing or relating to the environment in the right way or interacting in a sufficient way. So this just means make sure if it's summer and it's hot as hell outside, make sure you're not just completely boiled up on the inside also, because then you're doing friction because you're doing the same thing as on the inside of you that is being given to you. So you're interacting internally the same way as the outside. So two of the same things anytime two of the same things doing the same thing around each other, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna cause too much friction and it's just gonna pretty much not work, right? So it's like look, so as far as when we talk about like body temperature, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to pretty much make sure your temperament on the inside, or just let's just talk about temperature. You got to make sure your temperature, which comes from the inside, which is temperament. Temperament goes into temperature. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by you got to make sure your internal temperament is fine, and then that's going to pretty much create your temperature on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, so your inside temperament, like how you feeling. Like sometimes you can get boiled up. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe you gotta say something. Sometimes maybe somebody can make you feel cold and distant, like so you don't even feel nothing on the inside. You feel like you can't connect. Sometimes you might feel like super duper connect, a big connection to somebody. So you might feel very like flowy on it. Like you might feel like a vibe. Like when you feel like it's that vibe, that's like the water. You might feel like what the fuck. So these are all just temperament, and that's gonna cause you to have a different temperature where you can actually feel it on your body. Like what I'm saying? Because everything has two parts to it, and it comes from the part of what we can't see, which is the metaphysical or the internal, or what I'm saying. So when we talk about so like temperature, so as far as the environment around you, so you gotta interact. And I'm not just saying it, I'm not even. This is another disclaimer. My bad. My brain is a rat. I'm not even just saying the environment as far as like going outside. It could even be the environment as far as like you going into an environment of a whole bunch of uh people that work out all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be one environment versus somebody or environment that has people that drink all the time. You know what I'm saying? Two different environments. Or somebody that is a cop and then somebody that's a gang member. That's two different environments. You know what I'm saying? So environment could just be anything. It's just like a kind of circumstance that is there that's already kind of there that y'all swimming in. Y'all all kind of just waving in and stuff like that. So it's like if your environment that's around you, you know what I'm saying, makes you feel on the inside a certain temperament when when you like reacting to it on like on your internal like or when you receiving it on your internal, so you start like boiling up however you interact, and if the way that you reacting to it, if the way you reacting to it is pretty much making you feel like not intact with how you usually are as it relates to your environment, or if the environment makes your internal feel too smothered or too like you can't do nothing, or just anything negative that relates to you that you feel like is something that you gotta like stop, or you gotta compromise your real self. You know, anytime you do that, that means your temperature might just not your temperament, which is which came first because you receive in their environment that you not really resonating with, right? Or something like that, or negative in some type of way. It's little things. It's not the big things, little things. And so you receive it, and you might, you start like I say, you boil up. You might, or you might feel connected to it, or you might feel close to it. Either way, you got the temperament of it first, and that is gonna cause your temperature to create whatever it is. So you need to relate to that temperature and the environment, in and make sure you're not unbalanced as far as how you feeling and as to what's actually going on. Why look, think about it like this. Why would you wanna why if the circumstance itself is actually connecting and it looks like it's actually, a whole bunch of nurturing, care, connection, you know what I'm saying? It looks like that. But if on the internal, when you receive all of that, because that means so that means when you receive that, you feel maybe distant. You may feel cold from it or something like that. You can even feel like too like detached away from it. So that could just be fire. You know what I'm saying? Cold, I air. You know what I'm saying? And then the other shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you can feel any one of these after you receive it. But my thing is, if you feel cold, that's not related to the environment, and your internal is gonna start becoming like too rock solid, where you're not even gonna be able to, like your body on the internal is gonna stop. It's gonna not, because connection usually deals with kind of warmth a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So your body, when around you is nothing but warmth, your body on the inside is like pretty much like gonna create a temperature of coldness on the outside of you, because you're on the internal is receiving pretty much you feeling the need to be cold or distant. You know what I'm saying? So uh, you got to make sure you know what your shit. You gotta make sure you know what your temperature is on the inside. I mean, your temperament is on the inside, how you vibing, and then pretty much, and then you're gonna know what temperature you're gonna go into. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, that whole little segment, I was kind of going all over the place, but that is leading into what it means to pretty much know what temperature you might need to be in, and what temperatures, or maybe why you might get certain, or maybe why you might get really really hot in certain instances, and maybe why you might be normal when you get to certain other instances. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever had some times where you feel hot, you know what I'm saying? Uh, in certain places, and then in other places you'll feel super duper cold or something like that. And it's like, damn, you wasn't even doing nothing. Like, it's just because of what you receive it in the environment, what's around, like people that's been there before you, how they think, stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can make sense. And so that's gonna pretty much dictate how you can like know what temperature, or you can know why a temperature that you keep getting in happens when you're in a certain environment. But knowing this, like knowing why you get a certain temperature, can help you make like, correct it, change it into where you can start interacting in better ways, and that's going, because this is gonna be on the inside. Like, oh, okay, I gotta change this because I don't feel right. So you gotta basically get the certain temperament that you need, the certain temperament, you know what I'm saying? And so you can whatever temperature. It all comes from the element of just you. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, you can go around a group of people to make you feel like you always gotta be heated. You always gotta get hot. So that means some reason they always take you to the space of what's close to you. So you always when you vibe what's close to you, that makes you hot. Like whatever you care for, whatever you have been thinking about, feeling about, real hard about. That's what's close to you. Now, and so that's why it would make you would feel like hot on the inside. It makes you develop a temperature of being hot. You know what I'm saying? It is crazy. But let's see. So yeah, so your body, so you get, so you receive the environment, your body temperature. I mean your temperament gets in a certain shaky shake where you get either cold, hot, uh, you know what I'm saying, connecting, you know what I'm saying, whatever you feel from that, and then that's gonna develop your actual physical thing of whether you hot or not. And by knowing this, you need to know if you need to be more hot or you need to be more of a cold temperature. Because some people, like they always get cold very easily or something like that. So it's like people that get cold, they need to develop more. If you get cold easily, that means you need to develop more interaction inside of yourself when you're receiving that environment. So wherever you at, you need to develop more will to want to talk, interact either by doing action, react more to it, think about it, or and communicate more. Um, expand on your like anything that has to do with something that you got to show, so you can maybe interact better to develop more heat in your body temperament, and so you can get a better temperature to develop. You know what I'm saying? And so also, I'm gonna make an example as far as why people might get sick, like going to school and stuff like that. So you remember going to school and you pretty much woke up in the like early in the day, especially if you have sports, right? Like 5 or 6, and so you wake up from being in a warm blanket. You gotta wake up, and most likely your parents ain't got the AC on for some reason, and so you cold already waking up, and so you went from hot you woke up, you was hot, you were warm in the covers, but you gotta get up and get dressed and think about stuff. So you're cold. So you cold when you're supposed to be actually interacting with yourself waking up. You know what I'm saying? But either way, besides all the internal, you woke up, you was warm, and when you got out the covers, you was cold. So you switched temperatures quick, right? And before that, maybe your house cold, right? Or maybe your house is warm, right? So okay, when you go and when you get ready and then you finally go in the car, you know what I'm saying? Then you gotta go actually drive up to the school. When you get to the school, you're gonna have to get out the car. And if it's cold, your body temperature is gonna switch, and you're gonna be in. And y'all remember how them schools inside were like the classroom. They were always most likely cold as hell, especially in the morning, especially the hallways. So you had to bring a jacket and stuff like that. So it's like we were kind of prone to getting uh like affected with body temperature because but that's really all it was. That's why you got people getting sick. That's why you got people gotta call off, runny nose, you got people sniffling. Because and then that's not to mention them places, them schools that got the where you gotta walk outside to go to your period or go to your fucking class and shit. Man, you dead ass is going in and out from cold to hot, cold to hot. You know what I'm saying? You going in and out to cold. You going from cold to hot. Anytime anything goes from cold to hot, it's gonna affect some shit, some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So when we was in school, you feel me? We was constantly getting like having to go to the hallways. We probably interact sometimes with people, and then some people we don't interact. So like we're constantly going in and out of coldness. But either way, that's what develops you to that imbalance for you to get stuff in your nose for you to sniffle and stuff like that. For you to have actually negative, or they start doing negative things, and that's kind of what makes them go to a different type of space. You know, oh shit, jam boom boom. Go to a different type of space. Not able to listen right now, but checking it regardless. Title is timely. It became spring overnight. Felt a tinkle of throat waking up. I said, hell no, nah. BTD, big fact, big fact. BTD, that's it, that's it. But yeah, bro, shout out to Jam Boom Boom. But yeah, so it's like anytime you have anything that's hot cold, gonna develop into some weird energy. Usually it's fog, but fog can you can't see in fog. You know what I'm saying? Fog. So put that to a speculative type of way. We have to have some type of a type of view in our mind and then make it into real reality, right? So it's like, okay, if I can't see fog, then that means when hot and cold mix within me, when I'm a certain way one time and a certain way another time, my body fogged up and it's not really knowing how to goddamn interact because it's just starting to kind of make up shit just like you make up shit. You guys just always tie back to you. You be making up all kind of wisdom, I mean all kind of like foggy days or cloudy and fog and shit just not evaporating where it needs to, so it's getting a little vague and shit. You do that. So it's like same shit to your body temperature, it just acts out in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So it acts out in ways where it's almost like you're you gonna start developing weird your body gonna act weird. It's gonna be like damn, because I'm not used to doing this and this that damn fast, that big of a transition. Think about the weather. When you are interacting and it's hot and then cold. The fucking weather be doing tornadoes, big ass storms, all kind of shit. So same thing with you. Go back to you. Go back to you, y'all. For real. Just go back to you. Be like, okay, when I go hot and cold, that's when fucking damn I be getting cold. I mean I be getting colds and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's really all it be. So as long as you maintain your body temperature, so as long as like in the summertime, if you're the type of person that you probably eat a lot, and it don't even matter about eating, but it's just kind of speculative. So you eat a lot, but like when you interact, like you okay, fuck that, fuck that. It don't even matter about eating, bro. It's just the whole aspect of if you're the type of person that gets hot very easily, so you can boil your body up. You got a lot of shit, I guess, that is on the inside of you that you close to, that you feel like anybody can pretty much touch, that make vulnerable, or you feel like you got to overprove something inside of you, anything like that. You that means you got like you get hot pretty fast. That's what I was explaining. You get hot pretty fast if you do that. So it's like you do that, and if it's like summer, or if it's like if you're in a hot room or something, if you hot in a hot room, that's gonna develop into like a migraine or your body. I forgot what hot on hot does, but it does something. Okay, I ain't gonna lie about that. But y'all know the reaction what hot and hot do. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna develop into something transforming. Like your blood might move to erratic, or if you don't actually push it out and actually you know what I'm saying, or put some water, put some connection to all that, you know what I'm saying, all that turbulence that's going on to you. Probably I'll say connection to water. So we have to connect to it so you can develop steam into it, so it's not just fucking burning what burning a sensation going all up in you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you were in the vibe of in the temperament of just because the environment's already hot or speculatively like whatever you into make you feel too smothered or too connected, you can't already receive that and feel even more connected because then that's gonna cause you to just be hot and hot. You know what I'm saying? But shit, we can do cold and cold. When it's cold outside, your monkey ass. Well, it's like you get influenced when it's cold outside. Usually, not now. We be still interactive but like we feel like we got too many thoughts on our head when it's winter time when we're actually supposed to be more distant, cold, more find our spirit, find our space more, find our peace more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more out here, it's more space, it's more distant. It's not so fast moving. But um, So that's so when it's more when the environment's like that, when the environment is more like like if it's actually cold outside, and then the environment around you makes you feel like cold. Like they might feel connected and shit, but the way it may hit you is like coldness, and it's cold outside, but the environment feel hot, so everybody else getting all the warmth, everybody else warm, but then there's the one person that's not warm, or it's like two people that's never warm, right? That's because those two people be like the two people that's cold and everybody else warm, even though it's cold outside, because everybody else that's warm, they're doing as they're supposed to do. Since it's cold outside, they're interacting. If they know it or not, little do they know, they're interacting a lot more. They feel more safe or comfortable, and they start, you know what I'm saying, paying attention to that and start developing things from there. So that develops more temperament, more heat, right? That's them. But then the people that be cold, the two people that's cold, those people when they receive the environment, even if it's like it seems like they're connected, and since it's cold outside, they receive it. Those other two people receive it and feel more like you know what I'm saying, distant. Like they can't connect to shit, or whether it be their fault or the people around them. It could be because they never ever expressed their true thoughts or feelings, or it could be because the environment around them. Either way, it don't matter, right? So when this happens, since it's cold outside, their temperament is distant. They're not connecting to nothing, so they're just very still or very far out, right? That's what coldness comes from. That's gonna develop into coldness, right? And then after that, they're gonna pretty much be environment. But the environment made them feel cold. But the actual temperature, if it's cold, and if you're cold, your ass going to develop into some type of sickness because you're cold on the internal, and so it's like you ever be like I'm cold and shit like that. You ain't interacting. You feel away. You feel like you got position in a certain spot and you're not moving type shit. Either way, something like that. Or you feel like you totally out into your damn dreams and your illusions. What what meaning you try to put on something. Either way, it's your dream and it's a illusion and it's fantasy, right? So it's like knock knock knock, stop knocking. Oh shit. You come knocking back. Shout out to Jamal. Jamal! My boy sent me this. No more. But yeah. So it's like most everybody pretty much can develop everything for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Now that's not to say sometimes it be cold as hell outside, okay? It be cold as hell outside, and you know what I'm saying, and sometimes your ass just be cold. But it's like sometimes though you don't be realizing it's cold, but it's when you're interacting as hell with the environment or just yourself in the inside type shit. But like I said, if you cold and you feel like you can't connect, you're gonna develop into coldness, and if it's cold outside, you're gonna feel like you fucking shivering. You're gonna feel like your bones are shivering. That's gonna develop you into getting sick some type of way because you cold and everything cold. So that's just friction. Y'all just you gonna end up making something stagnant in your body, something still body, because that's two of the same thing. So something gotta equalize or something gotta change because they're gonna deflect each other. So it's like if you feel on the inside cold, the weather cold, you just gonna develop something being still, not moving, flowy, like we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be flowy, flowy. Supposed to be flowy. Keep your body temperature intact, y'all. Okay, that's the only thing that be keeping sickness coming to us. Stay stay right with the shit. Stay right with the temperature. If it's hot outside, and this can be even if it's a certain temperature. Look, it can be a certain temperature, but when you go, it's already explained it earlier in the video. But when you go a different place, it can make you feel a certain way that's not even with the temperature. So it can like kind of be different. You just gotta know you. It all comes down to you knowing you. and how you can develop your body temperature or what's going on and stuff. So yeah, so pretty much this is the only thing that pretty much be keeping us sick, y'all. So stay safe. Y'all Texans know this damn weather change. Y'all know what's going on with this weather change. And all y'all. Everybody knows what's in. So as long as you interacting when you need to be or cold with this when we need to be. So this is hot outside right now for me. It's like 70s, shit, like 80s. God damn it. So me being hot now since my house right now it's like kind of even. You know what I'm saying? So I can be if I get hot since I'm interactive right now I'm getting hot. So it's like I'm alright kinda. You know what I'm saying? But if I was sitting there out in the sun and I was dead, you always gotta know where you at. Just know where you at. Keep that body temperature intact. Temperament. After you receive the environment, you got temperament inside of you, which develops this you being cold or hot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you need to know you related to what's going on if it's hot or cold. And deeper than that, if you want to know why you got a certain temperature, you need to know to have a certain temperament. Okay? Hello. They call me up in that curve. They call me up in that curve.